Hi, this is Andrew Robinson, and for some reason, you're about to listen to Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I can only imagine what that show is like.
To choose a pope. This pope has been elected on the fourth vote, as was Benedict XVI in 2005. There is clapping, and there is cheering, and the bells continue to ring.
Habemus Papam.
Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost stepped onto the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica.
It's another day. It's another Kardashian.
Oh, good.
You sound upset about this.
No, I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine.
Welcome.
You are fine.
Welcome to this special Mother's Day edition of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Day after Mother's Day.
Yes.
Hopefully you loved your mothers yesterday. I'm a mother lover. I hope you're a mother lover too. This is Nick.
This is Rob.
This is Joe.
And again, welcome to Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Technically, we're all mothers. Never mind.
Technically.
Yeah. So if you're a mother...
We should love each other's mothers, love each other's mothers. Today, we are continuing our Star Trek The Next Generation review in Season 5. Last week, as you know, we were kind of cut short. I had to bounce out right at the end of the episode. I had a work emergency I had to go take care of. So we never even got a chance to get to Darmok. So we're going to watch. We're going to listen. We're going to review. We're going to review. We're going to review Darmok in the second half today. And we're just going to focus on Darmok because this was a good episode to have a singular focus upon.
Wait, we are?
No, we're doing two.
You guys set me up. We're just doing Darmok.
No, he didn't watch the episode. There's no way he did.
Are we doing two?
Yeah.
Rebecca.
You need... Do you listen to the show? I know you don't listen when you're on, like right now.
I thought we
in
had
one ear and out the other.
We were just doing Darmok. Okay, well, we're just doing Darmok today. I thought we had decided we were just doing Darmok because there's so much to talk about in this episode. We had talked about that before.
No, we did not.
We absolutely did. I will go back to the podcast.
Yeah, let's review the tapes.
Yeah.
I will listen to the...
What do they do in the NBA where they do the swing around?
Yeah.
It's a review. It's a review.
Let's take all the bases.
And then we're going to get right in the camera, and we're going to... That's the weirdest thing.
I'm going to fake an injury.
Well, that's okay. It works out because we're gonna do like a little dive into another show I've been addicted to lately.
You're going to do the live.
You're going to do a dive.
I'm going to turn on TV behind you.
Listen, I'm dragging you both down with me.
So you guys watched Ensign Rowe?
Yeah.
Michelle Forbes?
Michelle Forbes.
Oh.
Like we were supposed to.
Like we were supposed to. Like we do every week.
Oh.
Shit, I could have went to bed earlier last night.
Exactly.
I had all the time in the world, too. I could have watched it. Like last night, I had time. I could have done it.
You're like, oh, what to watch? Just scrolling Netflix. I wonder what I could have watched.
I really thought it was just Darmok.
It's like we decided. But it's like what I decided.
No, we talked. I swear to you. I swear.
I don't think we talked about it at all.
We'll
say we'll do Darmok next week.
And I'm pretty sure.
Exactly.
No. I'm pretty sure the conversation we'll do Darmok next week. I think this happened on air, and you're like, well, so we'll just do the one. You're like, no, we'll just shift it. We'll shift it and do 2 episodes with Darmok.
I didn't hear the 2 episodes. I just heard, we'll just shift it. We'll just do that one next week.
I think he forgot to watch it, and he's just like, I'm going with this story.
Yeah, now he's dug his heels in.
It's a good story.
I can convince him. I know I can if I just dig my heels in.
You know it's a good story. But I truly had no clue. So I did not watch Ensign Rowe.
That tracks.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
remember the one time you read Hush?
On the bright side, you only have 1 episode to watch next week. And
we're watching 2 next week. To get back on schedule.
Oh yeah, so you only have 1 episode to watch.
We only have 1 episode.
I have 2 next week. You only have 1. I have Ensign Rowe and whatever the next one is.
Something.
Silicon Valley.
Silicon
Avatar.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was Implant.
Avatar from James Cameron.
Ooh.
No,
please
no, it's terrible.
Please no. No Fern Gully. No Last Rainforest. So, yeah, Darmok. But we'll get to that in the second half of the episode.
Only us.
Eventually, we'll get to it.
We'll get to it eventually.
One at a time. This show will be done.
Yeah.
7 years.
You know, it's not the worst thing. It's not the worst thing.
Dragging this show on? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Hey.
No, it's getting better.
Uh,
I mean, the two episodes we were supposed to watch last week were both good, I thought. Spoiler alert.
And
The two we were supposed to watch this week, also
yeah,
good.
Michelle
They overlap,
Forbes,
but
Michelle Forbes is incredible as Ensign Rowe. But we're not talking about that yet. That's next week's episode.
man, I was excited because that episode is Cardassians, it's Bajorans, it's
Jorah.
but they said both.
I know.
Which annoyed me.
It annoyed the piss out of me.
Well,
if
there's
you want to hear me rant about inconsistencies, tune in next week because I'll have plenty of them.
I'm assuming she's specifically introduced because they're preparing Deep Space Nine.
No, I actually did a little bit of research to ask that question.
Okay.
No, this was definitely the influence,
Okay.
but it was not the precursor.
Okay. But we're not talking about that today. We're
No,
not talking
I
about
mean-
Ensign Rowe.
I mean,
Why would
apparently
we?
we are.
Why would we talk
No, we're
about
not
that
talking
today?
about Ensign Rowe. I
It's
actually
only
do,
the format of the show for 5 years.
I
I mean-
actually do have a couple things that I could talk about with you all today.
Oh yeah, bring them up. We got time.
Yeah.
We do got time. So first of all, you know how we were talking about Thunderbolts being a big hit at the box office?
Thunder.
It's not actually that big of a hit at the box office.
No, it's not.
It's really not.
It's
Are
underperforming.
they trying to like gaslight us with this? I'm seeing like just this market blitz of Thunderbolts is a new Avengers. It's amazing. It's the number one movie.
It is really good, but
right, and like it's this big massive success. And
Yeah.
it's like kinda.
it made $75 million domestically the first week and $86 million internationally. So it's $162 million, and they're thinking this week it'll make another $35 million, so it'll cross $100 million this weekend, which is not really that much
No, it's not, considering it's the best Marvel movie I've seen in a very long time.
in a very long time. But it's characters people don't care about.
Will you
That's
do
the problem.
me a quick
Either was
flavor?
Iron Man.
You look up the budget for that movie.
Yeah.
As the resident accounting nerd, I need to know how
Would it surprise you to know they've broken even?
it would surprise me. That
180 million was their budget. So right now the box office is 181.6.
okay. That's about I was thinking somewhere in around 200 million. So
With some of the casts they have in there, I'm sure they paid them quite a bit of money. Like you
Yeah.
had Sebastian Stan, Florence Pugh. You had what's her name? David Harbour,
yeah.
Julie Louis-Dreyfus. They probably commanded pretty big paychecks. I would think.
You think pretty big?
I mean, at least a couple million.
Oh yeah, definitely a couple million.
I would say like as a sum total, it's probably a big line item.
Yeah, I'm assuming
Oh, for
like
sure.
the cast alone is probably 15 million total, right? Give or take.
I would
That's
think
big.
a little more.
I would think a little bit
You
more.
think a little
probably.
bit more?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Together, yeah.
I mean, we're not talking 20, 30 million like Tom Cruise, Jim Carrey type stuff.
Remember when that was all the news? Like Jim Carrey makes $30 million
Yeah.
a movie, and now like you don't.
It's like,
hear
okay,
about,
his movies are making $200 million, $50 million in the
Robert
box
Downey
office.
Jr. is making $50 million in the Avengers movie now.
still
But they're
making
making
money off of it.
they're still collecting paychecks from the box
from the
office.
residuals. Yeah.
There's still some theater in Roanoke that's showing it at the box office. They're like, right,
and will be the rest of their lives probably.
Yeah.
Right. Like good for them. Okay. So yeah, that made $100 million. That's going to be $100 million. So not bad for Thunderbolts. There was another movie I saw this last weekend.
oh, I want to see this one.
Oh, Sinners.
Yeah,
Whoo-wee.
was it good?
I really
Did
enjoyed
you
it.
see it, Rob?
I did see it.
It was like from dusk till dawn, but
Okay.
set in the South.
Minus the Mexicans.
Yeah, set in the American South.
Okay, because you said the South and from
Yeah,
dusk till
I
dawn
know.
was in Mexico.
Yeah. So from dusk till dawn is Mexico base. This is
It's like, what is it? Is it the Congo?
what city are we in? Actually, where was it?
Detroit. We're in Detroit.
At? No. What city was this in? Like
I-
New Orleans? No, it was like Mississippi or something.
Oh,
like
I
that.
don't remember.
I think it was Mississippi. Or
Okay.
something. It was like the bayou Down in the bayou.
So that'd be Louisiana.
Louisiana. I suppose. Yeah. Geography.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
In the bayou in Arizona.
It was really, really good. The soundtrack was great. I really enjoyed it. It wasn't what I expected, which I kind of enjoyed, actually.
It was kind of what I expected.
Yeah?
Because I expected a From Dusk Till Dawn feel,
Okay.
and that's kind of what I got.
Yeah.
I love From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah. See, I was kind of hoping I'd be more surprised. Like during From Dusk Till Dawn, I was flabbergasted. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
what is going on here?
Because nothing had ever done that before. And it was Quentin Tarantino, so you're like, it's going to be...
Was it Robert Rodriguez?
And Quentin Tarantino.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because one of them directed the first half versus the second half, right?
Yeah, Robert Rodriguez did second half, Quentin first.
Man, that was
Which makes sense, actually.
That was a mind. I was like, the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
But I saw it too. I was very entertained.
Salma Hayek.
Is it just theaters right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that's the one I thought I tried to find online and I couldn't find streaming.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's good. I think it's definitely worth seeing in the theater. So
This is another one I've heard a lot of hype and good press over.
yeah, it's solid. Ryan Coogler knocked it out of the park.
And it checks a box that I've been ranting and raving about.
Black Vampires?
Yes.
Okay.
Original properties.
Yeah.
Original
It
ideas.
is.
Yep.
Original Hollywood ideas.
Though there's already rumored that they're working on a sequel.
Of course they are.
Listen, but that's okay.
It's making gangbusters. Of
And
course
it could be, the sequel could be really good based off of how it ended. I could go for that.
I love that this movie is still they're like, but we're already working on a sequel.
Well, when it made some money.
Yeah.
I could see it being like a trilogy or something like that.
How much has that movie made?
Yeah, my summer
Sinners? Yeah, that's a great question. Let me find out.
Also budget.
My summer resolution was if there's a movie I want to see in the theater, I'm going to go see it in the theater.
I'm seeing
That's
a
a
lot
good New
more.
Year's resolution.
Yeah,
No, just summer resolution, not New Year's.
Oh.
I'm seeing a lot more movies in the theater this year than I've seen in a long time.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, like, what's coming out soon?
Superman.
Superman in July.
Mission
Mission
Impossible.
Impossible.
Impossible, Ballerina, so on. So I'm seeing them all in the theaters.
Yeah.
If you guys want to
Sinners.
join me, just let me know.
Budget $90 to $100 million.
Okay.
Box office $251 million.
Ooh.
And it's not done yet, right? I mean, it's going to keep
Chugging right
Yeah,
along.
it's still got momentum.
And I feel like that one's going to have some staying power a little bit.
I was watching the movie and I was watching it, going along with it, and I was like, "Chicken jockey," and no one reacted with me.
No one reacted.
See,
I got
Boo.
confused. I thought that's what you do in theaters now.
no.
Did
You mean you didn't throw popcorn
I did
and
throw
chicken
popcorn
tenders
ever.
at the screen?
I did, and no one joined me. In fact, the police weren't very kind.
Yeah.
I can imagine they weren't. Actually.
Sir, you're at the wrong movie.
I can imagine they weren't. What?
Oh, nice.
What is
Oh.
going on with your phone?
Siri's paying attention.
Serious? Oh, I think you said seriously.
Yeah, but it's not your voice. It shouldn't pick it up.
Well, Rob and I are identical
Yeah,
twins.
it's true.
But okay, Michael B. Jordan was incredible in that film, and he plays identical twins,
Yeah.
and it just knocks it out of the park. Holy crap! And each one is different enough from each other; they feel like distinctly different characters. It's good. It's good.
Okay. I'm in for that one. That's one I wanted to see.
Yeah, I think you'll like it. So go see Sinners. It's really good. $250 million. Ryan Coogler has made a new vampire classic, I think.
Love me some vampires.
I do love me some vampires.
I love classics.
Yes.
In addition, that's all I have actually right now.
Oh, that's
I-
it?
So you had a couple things you wanted to
I have an article that I could discuss, but I feel
Well,
like
Rob sent one too.
did Rob send one?
It was later though. You said you were asleep or scrolling
Yeah, it was
Netflix
later,
Oh,
yesterday.
the 10 most
For-
iconic episodes.
for something to watch on TV.
I did just pull that up. Let's go through that list. Let's go through this 10 most iconic. So it's from Collider.com
I need to
by
pull this up
Christine
because I don't remember
Persaud,
the order.
and it had the 10 most iconic 90s TV episodes ranked in order. Okay, and I went through this list, and I have some agreements and I have some disagreements.
Okay, before we get started, do you have an episode that you would have put at number one before
Before
we
the
looked
number
at-
one that's listed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is your number one on this list? Because I think there's a glaring omission on this list.
Yes, my number one is on this list.
Mine is as well.
I don't think mine is.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to work our way through this list, okay?
Some of these I haven't seen.
Okay. So, I haven't seen the number 10 one, which was an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer called Hush, an episode where there's a bunch of zombie creatures or ghouls who steal everyone's voice before they cut out their hearts.
Nice.
Pretty crazy. And the picture of the guy alone is terrifying, so they got that going for them.
I was never a Buffy person. I never watched Buffy.
I was never a Buffy person either.
I tried a few times because it came around with Smallville, but it didn't catch me.
The episode is recognized for its deeper messaging about the importance of communication and the dangers of not being able to express oneself.
No, it's not. Number 9?
Number 9, Bad Blood, The X-Files. It's a episode about the relationship of Mulder and Scully, and it's because Mulder kills a young man he thinks was a vampire, and then he and Scully go through like their recollections of what happened. So there's that episode. We got Beverly Hills 90210 at number 8, One Wedding and a Funeral. Dylan's wife is murdered by a hit by the mob, which was actually a hit intended for him, but they kill his wife instead. And that was a shocker. No one saw that coming. Everyone thought Dylan was going to get a happy ending finally.
Nice.
Not going to happen.
No.
Number 7, the finale for Seinfeld.
Okay, as the resident Seinfeld...
Fail, whatever. Go ahead.
The Seinfeld.
I know.
As the resident Seinfeld person, I think it's an iconic episode because it's like, what, the third or fourth most watched episode of television of all time?
Because it sucks.
Yeah, third most. I don't know. I wouldn't have put it on this list.
There are better iconic episodes of Seinfeld that you could have put on.
I would have put like the Yada Yada, the marine biologist.
The sea was angry.
Exactly. These are episodes of Seinfeld that phrases from that episode have permeated the social lexicon, right?
Yep.
Like Yada Yada.
Kenny Rogers chicken roasters.
So I don't know. I mean, the finale it's iconic because it was, what did it say, 76 million people, third most watched, like finale of all time. I get it.
I will say it's kind of like it could have been a fun episode, but not the finale. Like the idea that these guys are all just jerks and they go on trial for being jerks.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of wanted that at some point because they are. Right. They're just terrible human beings.
Oh, the outing. I mean, the outing, the contest. These are all.
The contest. I'm out.
I'm out. Master of your domain. The outing. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
Like these are
all classic.
Way better.
Art Vandalay.
Way better than
Industries.
The finale.
Yeah. Number 6, Papa's got a brand new excuse. How come he don't want me, man?
This is, I think, the most egregious on the list where it's at.
I would put this as my one.
This would be my absolute number one.
This is my number one because it took the humor of the show and gave you like a really cutting, important story.
I'm getting goosebumps thinking about this episode right now.
Yeah.
This episode was on TV recently.
Like 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Less than 2. It was sometime this week.
Yeah.
It was, and I was watching it, and we're getting ready to eat breakfast, and I'm just standing there. I've seen this episode 1,000 times, and I'm just standing there, like, watching the episode, and I've never watched this episode and not cried. I cry every single time.
Yep.
Every single time.
Yep.
You know what? You ain't got to do nothing, Uncle Phil. Hey, you know, ain't like I'm still 5 years old, you know? Ain't like I'm going to be sitting up every night asking my mom, when's Daddy coming home, you know? Who needs him? Hey, he wasn't there to teach me how to shoot my first basket, but I learned, didn't I? Hey, I got pretty damn good at it too, didn't I, Uncle Phil? Got through my first date without him, right? I learned how to drive. I learned how to shave. I learned how to fight without him. I had 14 great birthdays without him. He never even sent me a damn card. To hell with him!
And this...
I ain't need him then and I don't need him now.
Will.
Now, you know what, Uncle Phil? I'm gonna get through college without him. I'm I'm gonna get a great job without him. I'm gonna marry me a beautiful honey, and I'm gonna have me a whole bunch of kids. I'm gonna be a better father than he ever was. And I sure as hell don't need him for that, because ain't a damn thing he could ever teach me about how to love my kids.
Aw.
How come he don't want me, man?
Oh,
It's
such a powerful ending.
it's incredible.
Yeah, it's great acting by Avery Brooks there too. I think looking back at it, watching Will Smith act, he's not incredible in the acting scene, but it's still a good scene. His emotions come through. He does a good job with that. But I think it's really Avery Brooks, like the way.
Well, I mean, Avery Brooks is just
Avery Brooks, the Star Trek guy.
Comparing him. I don't know. That would
It is Avery Brooks though,
that would have
right?
no. It's no. It's
Oh wait, no, it's not.
no.
It's what is his name? What is his name? Avery Brooks.
It's his last name is Avery Numbnuts.
You said it too, though.
Now I gotta look.
Well,
at
yeah, because he was like Avery. Because
James Avery.
I'll let him get there. But I was because it's Star Trek on the mind or whatever.
James Avery was incredible, and he was the Shredder. So you got that going for
He
him.
was in the running for the role for Cisco.
Yep.
They just needed an Avery.
Okay.
Listen, we need a black Avery.
Okay.
Does anybody?
But that would have been my number one.
It would have been my number one as well.
Number 5, Hell in High Water, the episode where Dr. Ross saves the kid who's like trapped in the sewer, and like he comes out of the sewer with the kid and the helicopter's over him. Great episode.
Would 100% pick the different ER episode?
The one where he dies?
Yes.
I think that was in 2000.
Oh, is it of just the 90s?
Of the 90s.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
One for the Road, Cheers. It's where you have...
It's a Cheers finale.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say Diane and Sam run away together, and then they decide that's a bad idea, and then he goes back to the bar and he says he's the luckiest bitch on the earth. It is a good finale.
93 million viewers.
Could you imagine that today? That's like Super Bowl numbers. 40% of the U.S. population at the time.
I just want to ask, what's wrong with the other 60%?
Yeah. What were they doing?
Yeah, it's like on Super Bowl. Like only 50% watched it. Come on.
Murphy Brown, you say potato, I say potato, making fun of Dan Quayle because he misspelled the word potato. Gosh, how funny that that was true. We were making fun of the president for the vice president for that. And now we have our current president. Oh, gosh, it's so sad. It was a good commentary about women's rights, I guess.
I think my mom watched Murphy Brown, but not religiously.
Yeah, we watched
Murphy Brown in our house. Yeah. I remember that. And it jumped the shark when she had a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, jumped the shark. Number 2, Soup Nazi. No soup for you. I don't think that episode should be that high. I think it's an iconic part of the show, but I don't think it's nearly as iconic as they have it listed. And number 2.
I don't know.
Like we listed some other ones that I think are more iconic than Soup Nazi.
Maybe. I don't know. No soup for you. The Soup Nazi. Like I feel like it is one of the most iconic Seinfeld episodes of all time.
All right. Well, you're wrong. No, it is.
I just have an issue.
It is the top 10 for Seinfeld episodes easily.
Oh yeah, it's probably top. Yeah.
Maybe top 5.
Maybe.
But how is it?
Depending on what you're looking for, it's very, very subjective. But
yeah. I would disagree with that, though, being number 2. The funny part is that the chef was actually from Argentina, which is where all the Nazis fled to after World War II. So there's kind of like that funny little thing. And finally, number 1, the one where everybody finds out, Friends.
No. It's good though.
I would think the one that It was a break. Are we on a break? I thought that was more
Yeah.
iconic than this one.
There's some good parts though where Ross like comes in really angry. You were with my sister, and then like he's super angry, and then he's like, "No, it's not like that. I love her. You and my sister." Like that's pretty cool. Or like Phoebe and Chandler's dance, like the dance off, like her trying to seduce him. That was pretty good.
I like the Thanksgiving episode where Joey's like, "Could I be wearing any more clothes?" He's wearing all of Chandler's clothes.
Yep, that's a good one. There's some really iconic episodes of that one. I don't know. I mean, it's still a good one because it was a big deal, like in the cultural zeitgeist at the time. But I feel like there was better ones for Friends as well. But what's the one you would have put on there that wasn't on?
I'm
the
not
list?
sure yet. I'm drawing a complete blank.
Of Friends, or are you talking of Friends or anything?
He said, I have one that's not even on the list.
I have one that's not even on the list that absolutely should be on there.
What do you got?
Jesse Spano gets addicted to caffeine
I'm
pills.
so excited.
When you were talking about the one, I'm like, wait, not Saved by the Bell?
I'm so scared.
How is that not on here?
Because it's not really all.
How is that not iconic?
I mean,
it has more cultural staying power than a lot of these.
That's not a fair argument.
I think you already saw there was a clear bias for late night, like 8 o'clock and up TV shows. They're not having Saturday morning shows on there.
Yeah, I don't think they take it seriously.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but to me, when you say iconic, it's either the episode was so good that it just stays.
Yeah.
Or there was something that caught on culturally.
Yeah.
Or socially.
Yeah.
And that episode had that. Like I mean, it's a meme and kind of a joke.
Yeah.
And it's recognized as being just a bad acted show, but I still think you can put it on there, but over some of the, I would put it in like 8, 9, or 10, but
I can see that. I think it's very clear that is there's a bias in this because it focuses mainly on comedies and dramas. Star Trek The Next Generation was massive in the 90s, and it's nowhere on the list. You think Best of Both Worlds should be on there, theoretically, like if you're really going by iconic episodes, that probably deserves a place in there. I was trying to look at some other shows that were kind of big back in the day. I mean, you could argue maybe a Simpsons episode should be on there here or there. Like, you want to talk about iconic, the show's still running to this day.
I would argue that the episode of Ellen where she comes out,
yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Because that was a very big deal.
That was a big deal. Wonder Years, there was not a single episode of Wonder Years in there for iconic 90s.
Did it have iconic moments?
I don't think it had iconic moments. I think the show as a whole is an iconic show, but I can't think of like specific moments in that show.
Wasn't there an episode where the one guy's friend was killed in Vietnam or something like that? Or I might be making that up.
You might be making that up. I don't know. The problem
was the one where the kid,
some dark stuff.
There was the one where the kid put on makeup and started singing, and he turned into Marilyn Manson. Paul,
that's not true. It did not happen.
The Beautiful People.
The beautiful people. Badana.
Hey, you.
He
was just at the Fillmore. I didn't realize it this week.
Home Improvement? No, the one where the kid has cancer.
Oh my God!
It's like skin. Like, tune in for a very special episode.
It's just the least serious cancer scare of all time.
And it's like a minor skin cancer, right? Isn't it like a melanoma or something like that?
I don't think it's like serious.
It wasn't even serious.
No.
Yeah. They had Ellen. I saw this other list of most important TV shows in the 90s. Ellen was number 43 on the list. Mad About You was 42. I love Mad About You. Mr. Bean made the list, though. I'm happy with that. Mr. Bean. Best TV shows of the 90s. No Star Trek in there. They have The Nanny in there. They have Mystery Science Theater 3000. They have Stargate SG-1 in there.
What a slap in the face.
They have no Star Trek in there.
Hold on.
Cite the source.
TVguide.com.
Hold on.
Joel Ryan.
Joel Ryan.
Technically,
you're an idiot.
Hold on. Technically,
It was from the
TNG
80s.
started in the 80s.
DS9 started in the 90s.
Yeah, but we know that gets no respect.
Mr. Bean was in the 80s, I think.
I think, yeah.
Wasn't Beverly Hills 90210? Oh, 90 to 2000.
Yeah. See?
Okay, hold on. This might be right. None of these shows probably started in the 80s. Okay. All right, I take back what I said.
It's a 90s show, though.
No. I mean...
You remember seasons 1 and 2?
Very 80s.
Very 80s. Dinosaurs made the list.
Nice. Yeah, okay, so you know what's not on the list that I've been absolutely addicted to?
Huh.
Webster.
Who likes Webster? No one likes
I love Webster.
No one likes Webster.
No one remembers Webster.
How do you not remember Webster?
I remember Webster.
Clap with us at home, folks. Yeah.
They don't make theme songs like this anymore.
No, they don't.
It's a very wholesome theme song, too.
Oh, it is. The show as a whole is very wholesome.
All right. Webster, tell us more about your Webster love.
Okay, so Webster is on Pluto. You can watch it on Pluto on demand.
Thanks.
Hey. No, it's on. I don't know. It's on Pluto.
Yeah.
And I've been watching it. It comes on. I just turned on it was like black comedies or black sitcom channel.
Yeah.
And I was doing yard work one day and Webster came on.
When I think of black sitcoms from the 90s and 80s, I think Webster.
I know. I'm not sure if you know this, but Webster's black.
That's hilarious.
And I was like, oh my God, I remember this show.
Disability, she's a female.
That's
I don't mean that.
That's true.
Did
There
you
was a
do
female.
that? You got the Bluetooth control. Oh, no, that's
spring
dangerous.
Oh, here we go. Hadn't had any of that spring water fed to me by the hands of a teenage boy.
That's what made me
Hadn't
think
had
of
any
it.
that
Webster.
I don't like him having control with the Bluetooth phone.
Anyway, so Webster, do you remember he was supposed to be 5 when the show started, 5 or 6?
Yeah.
Do you know how old Emmanuel Lewis was when that show started? He was
20.
12 years old.
Oh, well.
Did he have dwarfism or something?
He had it's a form of dwarfism where he just kind of doesn't grow.
Okay.
But he's not. He's still proportional. So he
Okay.
looked like a 5-year-old boy.
Mm-hmm.
He was 12. He was 18 when that show ended.
Wow.
And they were carrying him around. They carry him around like he's a kid the whole time.
I bet he hated it. I bet he
I bet
hated it.
I've been deep diving into this show ever since. I've been watching it every single day. I love it.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, he's still alive today. He's still doing well.
Mm-hmm.
He's not acting anymore. But
No, but that show ran from 83 to 89, and he was 18 when it ended.
It's wild.
He was in middle school or late elementary school. Mayim Bialik was on that show.
Yep.
A very young Mayim Bialik was
Really?
in late seasons of that show as one of his classmates. I just can't imagine being that, because he was tiny. I mean, tiny.
he was super tiny, yes.
And I can't imagine being 12 and being picked up and carried and talked to you. I can't imagine being, those are formative years. I can't imagine being those ages and being talked to like you were a 5-year-old and having to carry yourself like a child the entire time.
Act with other child, 4-year-old child actors, and you're like, come on, kid, grow up.
But remember your lines, you.
But he was very good in that show. I love Webster, and so his father and the guy who adopted him played George Papadopoulos. They played football together for the Chicago Bears.
Yeah,
bums. His parents died in a car crash, and then George and Ma'am is what they call Catherine are his guardians.
Yeah.
And I've been addicted to that show. But there's a couple tie-ins here.
I was waiting for the tie-ins.
Okay. So the first tie-in is, I believe it's the very last episode of the whole series, which I think it was like an addendum episode, because it wasn't part of like the main storyline.
Okay.
But Webster's playing a video game, and he like gets zapped and sucked into this. It's kind of more science fiction-y.
Yeah.
And he gets zapped onto the Starship Enterprise.
Nice.
Okay, Galaxy Man, when I enter this, I can zap you to any time warp, and you'll never be captured again. 10 more degrees to the left. Okay, here we go. Where am I? Man, this is really getting weird.
Intruder, identify yourself. How did you come aboard the Starship Enterprise?
All I know is I pushed my joystick too far forward. Maybe I should have gotten that extended warranty.
You look like an Earthling, but your style of dress is puzzling.
Oh, thanks. I kind of like to stay one step ahead of the fashions. No one else will be wearing this until 1990.
That was more than 300 years ago. You're in the 24th century.
No way, Jose.
The intruder is unarmed, Lieutenant Worf.
Man, this is really cool.
Cool. The temperature on the Enterprise never varies.
No! Red, cool, blazing.
That is a language I do not understand. There are many things about your time I do not understand, such as your customs.
Like what?
Your social customs, like mud wrestling, Groundhog Day, dancing for fun.
Well, I didn't get the first two either, but dancing is the greatest.
In many parts of this galaxy, it's considered a prelude to violence.
No, come on, look.
Told you.
Come on, man, cool it.
And he pretty much spends the entire episode with Worf.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
And it's actually Worf. Like, it's Worf.
It's Michael Dorn.
The Michael Dorn. I don't think there's any other actual cast members from TNG on the episode.
Huh.
Just the general, like, red shirts and stuff. Like, no non-playable characters.
Huh.
But it's Webster and Worf on the bridge.
Oh my
like
gosh.
the entire episode.
You're not kidding. Yeah. Holy cow. Yeah.
And he's in security. Worf.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I think I've seen this.
So this is 89, so yeah.
Worf meets Webster.
Worf meets Webster.
Season 2.
Is that season? That's season.
And this guy was the guy who was scanning Webster.
Yeah, I
was
didn't
around
know-
forever. He was just like background character for the longest time.
Okay. I thought he looked familiar, but I was like, I don't know. That could just be a general
That's a
background
trip.
character.
That's a trip.
But the other tie-in is ties into what we just talked about, the 10 most iconic episodes.
Yeah.
Okay, so the end of season 1 of Webster into season 2, Webster's uncle comes back into his life and wants to legally adopt him.
Oh no.
So then the Papadopoulos they want to adopt him too. So there's this custody battle.
Yeah.
Who is Webster's uncle, you ask? His uncle is Ben Vereen,
Oh, really?
the guy who played Will's dad in the.
No way.
So he's coming back into the kid's life to get him. Whereas,
Oh my god.
That's hilarious.
so they get to go to court, and you know what his name is? Uncle Phil. His name is Philip.
What?
His name is Uncle Phil.
Oh, wow.
So they go to court and they have to go in front of the magistrate and everything. Who's the judge? James Avery.
Shut up.
I'm not kidding.
This is wild.
So it's James Avery and Ben Vereen. This is 84, so that's almost 10 years
yeah.
before.
Yeah.
That's like when they were filming Fresh Prince, they're probably like, this sounds familiar.
it's just interesting that he's
In a
and
special-
they're old friends, and but it's funny that he's like trying to get custody of it's not the irony is it's not his kid, and he's trying to get custody, and then in Fresh Prince it is his kid, and he wants nothing to do with him.
nothing to do
I'm
with
out,
the poor
man.
kid. Wah, wah. Sad panda. Sad panda.
But I was like, oh my, what a mind fuck. And his name, of course, is Uncle Phil.
Yep.
Spoiler alert, he kidnaps him. Kidnaps Webster.
kidnaps him?
He kidnaps Webster.
Oh dear.
And
Because
then
what's Webster going to do?
Yeah, that's true. That's
just
true.
puts him on
Yeah,
like,
sometimes
like
like
a
a-
football.
Like a tote bag? Like my new accessory?
Running around stiff arming people.
Oh, but I've been on a Webster kick for a while, and
Yeah.
I
So
just
you're off Little House?
no. I mix it in. Little House on the Prairie is evergreen.
Okay.
It's. I'll never not watch Little House on the Prairie. Oh, there's Little House on the Prairie reboot casting news. They've
really?
casted some of the main characters. They've casted Ma and Pa Ingalls, and I think they've casted all the girls.
Okay. Oh, okay. Ellis Halsey.
I didn't recognize any of the names,
Okay.
so I don't know who these people are.
Okay. Well,
But I'm very interested in this reboot.
I'm surprised they didn't gender swap the lead role or what's his name's character?
Michael Landon's?
Michael Landon's character.
I mean, it is still Little House on the Prairie.
It hasn't stopped them before.
They have Pa and Pa Ingalls.
Growing up with two gay dads on the prairie.
The first thing I notice is just like
Little House.
everybody's just so attractive nowadays.
They are.
There's no homely looking people in Hollywood.
Dude, Caroline Ingalls was sneaky hot back in the day.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's an episode where she gets called handsome. She's a handsome lady.
Oh, you're a handsome lady, huh?
That's a.
But she was assaulted. She was as close to S8 as you could be on
Yeah.
Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah.
That was an intense episode.
I bet.
Yeah, Pa came
Now-
back and whooped ass.
Do you remember when we were really excited when Night Court came out?
Mm-hmm.
The TV show?
Yeah,
Did you know it got canceled?
yeah,
Yeah.
No one cares.
It
I
was-
do. I still watched it every once in a
Did you?
while. Mm-hmm.
It was terrible.
It was,
It
not,
was
good.
not good,
It was not good.
but I watched it because I liked it.
It had no balls. Like, they totally neutered Dan
They
Fielding.
did. They did. And I mean, he's not going to be 80s Dan
No,
Fielding.
but you could be a version of that.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, we're 40 minutes in.
We only have one episode to
Yeah,
listen or watch.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
We still got viewer feedback. And do we want to talk this or do we leave this for next week?
Let's do it real quick because it won't take as long, right?
All right, Batman Hush 2.
Yeah, the comic book.
Hated it.
Did you?
No. It is a slow story, though.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very slow story. I didn't hate it. I
enjoyed it better than the first one.
Yeah, I thought the
I
second
think so, too. Because it introduces more characters and plot points, and it's a little more intense. It's a more intense read.
And there's the debate about whether Leslie should
save the
save the Joker. Yeah.
And Batman's internal debate about always saving the Joker.
Yeah, exactly.
That's more. I noticed I mean, there is a fair amount of dialogue, but there's a lot of internal dialogue. It's so far in the whole thing, it's a lot of
thoughtfulness.
Well, it's Batman, his internal thoughts and talking himself through these decisions and these plot points.
Yeah.
Rather than, and it is somewhat. It's not action heavy, but there is action in it.
Yeah.
But it's not action heavy.
No.
It's not dialogue heavy
Not yet,
either.
at least. No, it really isn't. It's about the panels. It's about the artwork in this one for sure. It's like that internal dialogue about letting Joker die or not, though. Like, he could have just dropped him off at the ER and let them decide if they want to save him or not, right? Like,
but
he doesn't have to take him to it like
Leslie Tompkins, right?
But then he's like, he didn't want the headache or whatever.
Yeah, right. Well, I know, I suppose. And here's the thing. He wants the Joker alive because he's got information more than anything. It's not like...
Well, he also has the chance to kill the Joker lots of times.
Yeah, exactly. And he never does.
But he does. That's not what he does.
That's not what he does, and that's one of the endearing parts.
And
about the
Joker
character.
knows that.
Yeah,
But he doesn't have to kill him. But he doesn't have to save him.
that's why I didn't take him to the hospitals, because you don't.
Yeah.
That's that mindset is heavily debated for Batman,
But then why take him to his friend?
because he knows that she will save him.
So he wants him to be saved then.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want to save him.
Can
but he
someone save me?
But if he takes him to the hospital, maybe they're like, I am working on the Joker.
Nope,
but
not
if
doing
he takes
it.
him to Leslie, he knows Leslie will
She
work
will,
out.
as much as she
Plausible
hates it.
deniability.
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't do it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
I didn't save him.
Look,
Hush.
yeah.
Does that thing that crank open the Joker's mouth?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Ooh.
Nope.
Been there.
Like that.
In the bedroom.
Really? You're
Nice.
mixed into some kink stuff?
No.
What's
I
your
would
biggest kink,
imagine.
Nick?
No.
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 Top 5 kinks, go.
No.
Okay. Top 3.
Your mom.
That's fine.
I mean,
Well, happy Mother's Day to her.
Yeah.
it's a pile of dust, but go for it.
Oh,
You said kink.
That's true.
that is true. That
That
would qualify
that
as a
would be a
kink.
That would qualify. That would qualify. Okay, Batman 2 was good. But I'd like, or Hush 2 was good, but I'd like for us to reserve more time for that. Like maybe the next episode.
I think the next issue comes out in 2
issue
weeks.
comes out, and then we can spend a lot more time on
Okay,
it than,
sure.
than this week.
You know, we'll have 2 episodes of Star Trek to watch then, too, right?
One episode, right? Ensign Rowe. Right? We're watching Ensign Rowe for the next 6 weeks, right? We do have some viewer feedback that I do want to share with you. Frequencies are indeed already open. Here's our first.
They are? When were they opened?
I opened them myself.
They're in the background. Mute.
I opened them myself.
So,
Oh wait, hold on. Restart.
hey guys, it's Brody. So, Nick, I get that you kind of like doing everything, and you run the computer, and you run the ratings, and you run the soundboard, and all that. But honestly, Joe was killing it on the soundboard.
Yes.
I think it's time to step aside and let him
Eat shit, Nick.
have that as a permanent responsibility, and then Nick can move over to the censor seat, and he can just do the computer stuff.
Big
great
fracking
job, Joe.
deal.
I'm really proud of you. All right, later.
That's bullcrap.
First of all, best voicemail ever.
Here's the deal. I listened to that voicemail and I was enraged. So I had to go and listen to the episode and figure out why. And you sucked at the soundboard.
I thought
You're
sucked
like clicking
too.
around, and Rob's like, "Dude, you got to click here. You got to click here."
Well,
You
hold
gotta
on.
click
I don't do the soundboard, so to have to do it when you bailed on us.
And I did. I bailed. I flat out bailed.
Yeah.
I was out.
He's like, I don't. He's like, shit. I didn't watch the second episode. I gotta get out of here. No, I thought I sucked too. Like if I did it, like if it was my job, I could do it. But to be thrown in that seat, I thought I was scrambling a little bit to figure out where everything was.
I saw that. You're like,
I was like,
Can you
okay.
do that and pay attention to the show at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't.
Okay.
I
think you can. You choose not to.
I choose not to. That's very important. Next
I
voicemail.
I do appreciate.
Go ahead.
I do appreciate the words of encouragement. I don't agree with that voicemail, but I
agree. You did a great job.
Thank you.
I recall, though, in the episode that you encouraged people to call in and say how great of a job that Joe
No,
did.
that doesn't sound like us. That doesn't sound like us.
Oh,
at all.
Am I imagining that
No,
just like with the
there's
one
no-
episode
First of all,
thing?
there's no way you listened to the show. First
Yeah.
of all.
I listened.
That's why he couldn't watch the other episode. He's
Yeah.
too busy listening to the show.
So hypothetically, we encouraged everybody to call in, and just Brody called in.
Oh, we have another one.
We have another, but unrelated, I think.
Hey, that was an act of God that made you delay the Darmok talk. That was not on me. It's not on Ohio. I know you like to shove all your shit down this way, but that was not on me. That was literally an act of God. And it's not my fault that Joe had to sit at Nick's coffee ass mic, but he did rock the soundboard. I guess.
That's two.
No!
That's two.
No!
Hell yeah.
No.
Now we're cooking. You got any more of these voicemails?
No, man.
The only other one I actually have is from Samira. Samira, you were the one who say my rating is why terrorists hate us. I don't know why I said it was Bill. It was you, not Bill. So sorry about that, Samira.
But Bill was real quiet and took credit for it, didn't he?
He did. He didn't hesitate to take credit for it at all, which was kind of a jerk move on his part.
So, Samira, I think you should start a war with Bill.
Yeah, I think so too. Any other feedback, YouTube feedback, gentlemen?
Charles.
Yeah.
Says, hate to agree with Joe, but he is right on Oasis.
No.
Nick, you're understating the influence of Oasis, regardless of awards or sales. And that was part of my point. I was surprised by their sales numbers. I thought they did a lot better.
Yeah, that really actually surprised
sales
me quite
wise,
a bit,
numbers wise. I thought they did better in the U.S. than they did, but they really did kick off, or they were like the flag holder of the second wave of the British invasion.
Okay, who were the other British invasions after Oasis?
Blur.
Who?
They had one song.
I've never even heard of them.
Yeah, you have.
No, I haven't.
Blur, yes, you have.
Good song too.
Yeah. Woohoo!
Are you connected to the soundboard?
Woohoo!
I hate this song.
That's a great song.
Okay,
though.
here we go. Have you ever heard of bands called The Verve or Radiohead?
You cannot put Radiohead and Oasis in the same category.
Elastica?
No.
Placebo?
Huh?
No. And The Verve, how many hits did The Verve have?
They had two. They had at least
You're
two.
making it sound like there was this massive British invasion when it was like at
There were.
most 5 hits that came out of other bands other than Oasis, minus Radiohead. But Radiohead is not in the same category, I don't think. They're just a different sound. I wouldn't put them in British invasion.
But there was a wave in the 90s of being kind of interested in what was happening in the UK musically because of Oasis, because they blew up. That you didn't recognize song 2?
He did.
I hate that
and
song.
then Bittersweet.
But you know it.
You know.
I know it,
but
Oh yeah, I know that song.
Which they
Overrated.
stole from
They had
Rolling
a couple
Stones.
other ones too. Lucky Man, Drugs Don't Work.
Yeah, but they weren't as big.
No.
Again, this is my point. You're like, oh, they were so huge because they started this British. No one was big. No one was. Oasis wasn't big. None of the other bands were big.
I know, but we're arguing two sides of a coin, though.
I know,
You're
because
arguing sales and numbers big. I'm arguing influence.
But
because
part of influence is, did they have staying power? They did not. Did they change music?
Oasis has
they
staying.
did not.
Oasis they haven't done shit in like 15 or 20 years.
I know, and people are going to go for their concerts.
And that'll never make it to the U.S., by the way.
Well, they're doing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They'll be broken up.
It'll
before
never.
That.
It will never happen.
Someone said to me that they think it was always an act. Like they did that just for publicity.
I don't know.
Maybe to an extent it was, but
the Brits, they hold grudges. Like Johnny Marr and Morrissey hate each other. They'll
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So Charles, you're wrong.
Wrong.
And one of his other comments is related to Darmok, so we can refer to that later in the Darmok one.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And then of course we had Brody feedback, which I always appreciate. He said Oingo Boingo should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or Limp Bizkit. Oh, no.
I don't think either of those are. I like Oingo Boingo. I like Danny Elfman. I love Danny Elfman.
I love Danny Elfman.
But I don't think honestly, I'd argue Limp Bizkit is more worthy than Oingo Boingo.
Brody says that Duluth doesn't exist on the West Coast.
Come on.
What? He said it's hard to beat the Sepratech underwear.
Hey,
so we need to send Brody some underwear.
Brody, what size are you?
Text us.
I almost bought your drawers and gave them to you on the show today, but I didn't go
Brody,
to Costco.
Text us if anyone wants Duluth underwear, text us 734-494-0980. We will send you some Duluth underwear. Not used. We're going to send you new.
I'll send them used.
We're going to send you some underwear. So call us. You'll get a free pair today.
Free to you. Free to you.
Free.
The budget for the show just went through the roof.
Yeah.
Now, all right, we're going to have to get Duluth to sponsor us now.
Yeah. You were supposed to work on that.
Oh, yeah. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
I love how I'm working on it means I completely forgot about it and have done nothing with it.
No, I'm working on it. I'm actively working on it.
It's in his head. In his head. Oh, and thank you about my golem. I have a good golem. I know.
And yeah, Brody, this is a new space.
It is a good golem.
It is a go. It is. But now he's going to do it all the time.
Here's the thing. We don't want you to do it. But it's good. It's accurate. Good is subjective. It's
yes.
Oh, precious. Mustn't go that way. Mustn't hurt the precious.
It makes me want to stick my head in a meat grinder. But it's accurate.
We swear to serve the masters of the precious.
He set us up for
we
this.
Swear on the precious.
No wonder nobody listens to this show.
Do we have Star Trek to review or no?
Yes,
or
let's go with the Star Trek. Darmok and Greg. So this episode is an episode where the Temerians have come around and the Federation is trying to build contact with them, but it sounds like they speak gibberish. And Picard is trying to talk with this Temerian captain, and out of the blue, he beams them down to a planet. So both Picard and the Temerian captain are beamed to the planet. The Enterprise doesn't know what's going on. They think it's like an act of aggression. The other ship can't communicate. And while on the planet, Picard is constantly trying to communicate with his captain, and he can't figure it out. And this captain keeps talking with him about Tanagra and Darmok and Jalad with arms wide open. Darmok and Jalad with arms
wide
open.
His arms open.
With his arms open. And as the episode goes along, it turns out that he realizes it's all a metaphor when the way they talk are all metaphors for things that have happened within their culture. So basically they're there to fight and kill a giant creature, but one of them has to die in order for the relationship to really thrive. So the captain dies, Picard lives, he beams back to the ship, and he says, Darmok and Tanagra. With arms open.
Shaka.
When the walls fell.
At the beach.
The beach.
Right near the beach, boy.
So, the episode ends with them now officially having conversation with the Temerians.
I felt like I was playing a game of Clue watching this episode. Like Mr. Peacock with the wrench in the conservatory.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it does kind of feel that way, right? Right. One of the things I really want to address and get right out of the way is Worf is a terrible security officer because his solution.
Oh, you'll find out a lot in the next episode too.
Yeah, his solution for everything is to shoot. Well, we need to blow him out of the sky.
He is Klingon,
but you're in the Federation, bro.
So I wrote down, man, coming off that Klingon ship from last week, he's really still hot-headed.
Yeah, he is
still hot-headed. So
we need to get the drop from It's Always Sunny where he goes, I just started blasting.
Because that's really what Worf does.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could put that in Worf's voice through AI.
Worf saying, I just started blasting.
Yeah, right? Like, that would be freaking hilarious.
That would be great.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Business owner and a man with a hair. Do you think maybe you could eat that sandwich later?
I'm starving. There's nothing to eat in this show.
Let's get back
right. So these punks,
yes.
I don't know if they wanted money or they wanted something more sexual. Wow. But the lucky thing, I had my pieces.
Your pieces?
My guns.
Oh.
Anyway, I started blasting. I don't see so good, so I missed. Then they ran away. I ran after them. Okay. Bang! Try to shoot them in the back. But I don't want so good either. Anyway.
I just started blasting. All right.
Oh.
That's Worf. That's literally Worf. Worf does not care. He's like, hey, have we tried communicating with them? Worf's like, well, I mean, we could with a photon torpedo.
Or
have we tried blasting them out of the sky?
Or have you thought about shooting?
Yeah. Have you tried killing them? because I think that's a good solution. Sir, we're here on a diplomatic mission. I know.
Diplomat this.
Yeah, exactly. Worf is just a murderer. He's a bad man.
He's a bad man.
Yeah.
I don't think he's bad. He's just not a good... He's a bit of an aggressive security officer. Also not good at security.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or officiating.
No. Did you guys catch the Ashley Judd appearance in this episode?
No.
I watched it last week like I was supposed to, and I didn't. I didn't. Who was she?
Ensign Robin Leffler in engineering.
Ah.
Man, she was a smoke show.
Yes, she was back in the day. Yeah.
So.
Sorry, I was yawning.
Hey, man. Yawning.
Yeah. I did notice her, but I didn't notice that it was Ashley
because she's
Judd.
so young.
Yeah, I was like, she looks familiar, and I never followed up on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
She was who?
Ensign Robin Leffler.
Okay. Interesting. I didn't know she had a Star Wars credit or Star Trek credit.
Mm-hmm. Slow your roll with that Star Wars crap. Don't bring that down here. Do not bring that down
Andor
here.
is incredible.
It happens to the
Andor
rest of
is
us.
Season 2.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, the finale of
Andor,
it
your way out of here.
sets right up
Yeah,
for.
you can see the Andor. See your way out the Andor.
Andor has become a must-watch for Star Wars. Must-watch.
I'm too busy watching Webster.
Andor, Rogue One, into New Hope.
Man, it's funny you can watch Andor, but not Next Generation for this show we do every week.
I watched what I thought I was supposed to watch. Joe's done it before.
I haven't done it in a long time.
I know.
It's been like 3 years.
You know what? We all get one gimme. This
done
is
it.
my gimme.
Oh, I've done it multiple times. I've done it like twice.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, whatever.
There was twice in like a short period of time too. I think it was like twice in like 6 months or something.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been doing the show for 5 years. It's going to happen.
Think about that. 5 years.
I know. Most podcasts, they say 80-something% of podcasts only last 3 episodes or something like that.
Not us. We don't give up.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but those 80%, they're looking for listeners. We're not.
We're not. We're just doing this. We're doing this.
We're not.
We're not. We're
No,
not.
despite our listenership,
Despite us.
we keep trucking.
Yeah.
We do. All right. Back into this episode. So, what should we focus on first? The ship's reaction to everything?
I think we get the ship's reaction out of the way.
Because the ship's reaction kind of sucks. Though they put Data and Troy together to figure stuff out, and they figured it out pretty darn quickly.
They figured it out, but they didn't have the context to really communicate
right
what to communicate.
Which is like a really interesting idea, to understand why the language works the way it was, but to not know any of the rules behind the language itself, right?
Yeah.
And I appreciate it's like they don't know for lack of the word, the characters to be able to create the reference.
Yeah.
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 Like Shaka when the walls fell, it probably took them a while to figure out what that meant failure.
Right.
But I just figured that out. I had no idea until just now. No, I'm kidding.
But it's like learning a language. It's like learning a language when you're dropped into a situation where it's being used all the time.
Yeah. Have you ever heard this song? Hold on. Now it's not. So, this guy made the song. What language does that sound like?
Gibberish.
Kind of sounds like English, though, right? In a way. Listen to it again.
Well, no,
jam.
It doesn't sound like English. We have an English form. We have an English reference. We have our brain references English. It tries to
create it.
It tries to figure out what's happening, what's being said, and all we have in our brain is English.
Right. So this guy, his name is Adriano Celentano. He wrote this song called "Prison Colinesinakasukol" or something.
Nailed it.
It's crazy long.
Yeah.
And the guy made it. It was intended to imitate the way American English sounds to non-English speakers.
Okay.
And it, despite having no actual meaning, the song rose to #1 on the charts in Italy, Germany, France, and Belgium of that year.
That's wild.
Big.
So
it's a fun beat, though.
One of the things I'm looking forward to about this week is putting Darmok and Jalad memes on the internet.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, which you guys will see here on the internet, but basically creating a Beatles song to say what?
He wear no shoe shine. He got toe jam football. So good.
But I mean, yeah, you could like your brain's trying to figure out like what he's saying. Oh, that sounds like this.
Like
and
there's sense to it. Like that song, you're like, oh, they're talking about having a good time or something like. But it's like nonsense. It's gibberish. You don't really understand it.
Right.
It's got a good beat to it, that song though. But like I can imagine like these guys are talking with them and they're repeating themselves over and over again, right? They keep saying Darmok and Tanagra.
Yeah.
You know, and like they just keep repeating it. And then he holds out the two Darmok, Tanagra with arms open, right? With arms open means to share, right?
To
Take
share
it.
or to collaborate.
Accept, to collaborate, to accept with arms open. With arms wide open. Sorry, you're going to get that a lot today.
Yes.
Okay.
You are going to get a lot of it today.
It's a Creed day.
Yeah.
It's a Creed day. So we got Data and Troy figuring it out. You got Worf wanting to blast everyone. And even Riker is kind of more aggressive, right?
Yeah, I think he keeps catching himself, though, because I think his tendency is to go Worf route, but he's like, nope. Because they could have fired on that ship a long time ago.
Well, they sent the shuttle, and it got and it got blasted. They started blasting, but they specifically targeted the ability for them to fly. So right away, like the
first of all, good shot.
But they should have known right away. Then obviously there's no aggression in this culture, but they still kept acting like they were being aggressive throughout the whole entirety of the episode. Even though all their actions were showing them they weren't really being that aggressive.
Right.
Minus the whole beaming them.
But the language barrier, you don't know if they're being aggressive or not, or you don't even know if what they're saying is aggressive.
Well, and I was thinking even from the context of, right, we have a language barrier, but who's to tell you when they're looking at you smiling, that's a smile. Yeah. Like in human instinct, that means you're happy or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Klingons have smiled at you, and that's not a happy.
Yeah, but a Romulan smiles at you, and that doesn't mean what you think it means.
And Garrick, you never know what it means.
But that's what I'm saying. A Klingon smile doesn't mean what do you think it means.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, like when the captains on the Temerian ship were talking back and forth, and they like Picard was like, "Hey, I want to talk to you about this long sentence, blah blah blah," and the first officer was like, he started laughing, his eyes closed, and
yeah,
they're just like,
these guys,
like, what's that mean? What's he saying? I don't know. Could just call me dickhead.
Yeah,
and I understand.
It's like a goddamn ad libs this episode.
Insert pronoun.
Well, and I'm thinking too, because Picard is relying on the universal translator. So it's translating something for these people. So it's probably just translating all these words like Darmok,
happened to you,
Tanagra. Like it's probably translating it all in just complete gibberish out of order and out of sense, right? Like they're still getting their own words that they would understand, but it's just gibberish. It's like taking
I appreciate that there's no use of the universal translator.
Yeah.
Because this has got to be what it's like. What it would be like normally. It would be frustrating to not have a universal translator if you had to try to make contact with these.
Actually, in a lot of ways, it's how our translators work now. Because if I put a sentence in English into the translator, it translates it directly to another language, whereas like Spanish syntax is different, right? So like their words would look out of order to someone reading Spanish.
But you'd have a decent approximation.
Yeah, you'd have a decent approximation. But like, or it's like where they take those translators and they put it through a translator like 50 times and then it comes out complete gibberish. That's probably
now we have AI. So
I know it's scary. It's scary. Well, I mean, that's one of the good things probably about AI is we're very close to universal translators. We are very close.
I think isn't there something that it does it in real time?
Yeah, Google has that.
Yeah, I thought so. I just saw that. Yeah, I just saw like a commercial.
But it's still slightly delayed. Like you kind of have to wait a second, whereas I think AI will get to the point where it's almost instantaneous and you can just have a conversation.
And it'll just tell you what AI wants you to hear.
I know, that's what's so scary.
I know it could be saying all kinds of weird things like, "Give me your money."
And your underwear.
Yeah. What is your biggest kink?
Do you like Duluth?
Oh my gosh!
Why
we should take that. We should take the ministry to the world. And just hand random underwear out to people.
That's gonna get us arrested at some point.
It probably will, but it'll be worth it.
Just send them clips of what we've been talking about on the show for Duluth, and let's do this.
So, Picard on the planet with this guy. I'm kind of not impressed with Picard's ability to be a diplomat right here. Like, this guy is clear, like when he's freezing by the fire and he keeps talking to him, like, approach the guy. He's clearly allowing you to approach him, but you're choosing not to. You're staying far away.
He doesn't know what he's saying.
I know, but like,
he just beamed him down to a planet too, and he was shoving knives out.
Yeah.
That's true.
Maybe feel the situation out a little bit.
And it looked friendly enough, but he's still saying knives.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, here you go. And because I mean, it could be like the Klingon Empire, right? Like now you have
fight to the death.
Yeah.
A fight to. I mean,
it's tradition.
I mean,
fight to the death. You.
You want to wrestle?
And you're like, are we going to fight with our arms crossed? No. That's how we're going to fight, with the arms open.
That jacket, though.
That jacket was fire. Like, I don't like how he's wearing this jacket right at the beginning of the episode, and they don't explain why.
I don't like it that he's casual meeting a new species.
Yeah, that's not cool, bro.
No, that's cool. I like
Zip
it.
that
Hey,
up.
they're like, he's probably like casual. I dig it. I respect it.
I like it. This guy is cool.
Yeah.
This captain's business in the back and party in the front because it's unzipped in the front. You know how? Like,
why is it? Why? Where the hell did the jacket come from?
I don't know, but it's amazing.
It was introduced this episode.
I know, but it's also, if you watch the next episode, he wears it the next episode too.
Yeah.
Spoiler for
Yeah.
next week or 3 weeks from now. Who the fuck knows?
I know. What are we doing next week? I don't know.
I think we got a voicemail about that, right? Didn't someone say something about that? I think Charles said something about that.
About the jacket?
About the jacket.
Yeah, if only there was a time to get voicemails.
It's not a voicemail. It was a
sext?
Yeah, it was no.
We don't get enough sext.
It was a comment on the last episode.
Was that on the YouTubes?
Oh,
yes,
I think it was.
And he said, Charles said, Picard in the new jacket is his true self. Patrick Stewart clearly wanted out of the jumpsuit, and he's able to add physicality to Picard better than before, which is true. Could also say that his time as a Borg has ultimately made him more human as he sheds his more stringent codes for behavior and begins to have more empathy, making him a better captain.
That's a good point.
There has been a little bit of a shift of Picard since.
Yeah.
I mean, really,
Well,
it's
better writing
more staff. But if you want to tie it to something episodic wise, it's
if
best
you want
of both worlds and family.
Yeah, if you want to tie it to something that the writers wrote.
Yeah. I don't want to. Give them no credit.
But
Yeah, give all the credit to Picard.
Yep, Patrick Stewart.
What I mean is, like, do you think it was really an intentional move by the writers to be like, this is why he's acting this way, or more it was like, all right, he's been really stiff the first 2 seasons. Let's loosen him up a little bit.
Given what I know about the writers that are writing for the show now, I would say it's intentional.
It's intentional.
Yeah, I think
that's a good point.
if something happened in the first couple 2-3 seasons,
Yeah.
I think it would be like, oh, I think we really have something here
I think
on accident.
You got Ira Burr, you got Ronald D. Moore, you got Michael Piller, probably like, let's not do that.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, you can start to see.
But fuck those kids.
But you can start to see some of these DS9 style episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I think this was written by Joe Menosky too.
But it's not like they don't all mix into one another. They're still episodic.
Yeah.
But within the episode, you can see kind of a little bit more the way that DS9 ran.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So they're a little deeper episodes. They have a little more meat on the bone. It's I don't know. I'm starting to really enjoy the writing has definitely picked up.
It is absolutely picked up more recently.
And I love the jacket. I think the jacket's awesome.
The jacket is amazing. I would wear the crap out of that jacket if I could find it.
Ooh, this jacket is awesome.
Easy.
This jacket's amazing.
Do you remember that episode of It's Always Sunny?
No.
Where the crack edge.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, this jacket is awesome, and it's tighter than dick skin.
Mm-hmm.
It's tighter than dick skin.
Oh gosh. So, couple things from the episode. You have the one part where the captain. What's the other captain's name? Do we ever get it?
I think it wasn't.
Or did they just call it the Dathan?
Dathan and Tenegra at the beach.
Dathan takes his things off, his medals off,
Yeah.
and he lays them around his campfire. And Picard takes that as in a whole "do not come in," or no, it's the rocks around the campfire to block him off. What do you think the significance of him laying down?
I don't know. I was thinking about that for a while after watching this episode 2 weeks ago. But I couldn't figure.
Casual.
I don't have an opinion. I was really trying to think of something. Maybe it was a spiritual thing.
I was thinking like a form of prayer, like maybe former people in his life who've passed away, and those all honor those people who've passed away. So he kisses them and lays them down as a way to remember them every night.
Yeah,
could be. I don't know.
Should ask him.
Yeah, he's dead. Jalad. Gelato. Jello.
Yeah, Jello.
Jello and bread pudding.
Cookies and cream
in the kitchen
at the Queen.
Ooh.
With the breen.
Yeah.
Ooh. Cookies and cream with the bream at the Queen.
Yeah. Nice.
With Ben Vereen.
Nice.
And Charlie Sheen.
No.
End scene. So the weird electric creature was there. There was that.
Well, I mean, what better to force the communication that they wanted more than us, apparently.
Yeah.
Than to try to put them in a situation where they have to communicate and have to figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, but they didn't really figure it out. That's the problem.
They figured out the speech pattern.
They figured out, yeah.
Because Picard beams up to the Enterprise and goes, bro, he gone. Shaka when the walls fell.
Yeah. So he failed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead.
The Beast at Tanagra.
Shaka Khan.
Uzani, his army. Shaka.
The walls fell. Wow.
You think the writers were just on drugs?
I would be.
And they're just writing shit down?
I actually would love to talk to the writer of this episode to figure out, how do you put this together?
How do you create this
How do you create this? Like, what's your approach? That's one of the reasons when we talk to people, I'm really interested in the creative side more than the nerdy side of the Star Trek stuff. Like, if we were to get Andrew Robinson on, how did you develop this? I know you had your whole backstory. Well, I want to know that. Like, if we talk to a director or writer, like, what's your writing process? That's the stuff I want to know.
Yeah.
Like, how do you execute this to this kind of product?
Not these people, not these writers, but these
people.
Yeah, but they've created like Klingon language.
Yeah.
They've created other languages that are like this is just one episode, and you get a little scrape of what their language is.
Yeah.
But Klingon, I mean, there's books in Klingon.
Oh, yeah.
There's Klingon is its own full language.
I think you could do a Duolingo for Klingon.
Yeah, so I mean, it's incredible that this language, and I know that like the seeds were planted early, and they had a little language, and then they flesh it out a little bit more in some of the movies,
Star Trek 3 is where they actually wrote the whole dictionary.
Yeah, and then other people pick it up, and now they're adding to it. It's crazy. It's amazing that what Star Trek has done.
Yeah,
with language stuff.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think this is incredible because this episode 2 came out a month before Gene Roddenberry passed too. So it's like one of the last things that maybe he was able to see for Star Trek. And if that's the case, he saw it kind of go out on top.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
and Star Trek 6 hasn't come out just yet.
Not yet. No. Undiscovered Country, though
he would not have liked that.
Despite Gene's input.
Yeah.
Though Data's got a new room because they used his room for the Undiscovered Country.
Right.
They redressed it for that movie.
Data's room is the Undiscovered.
If you watch Star Trek 6 now, you might go, I know the set.
I recognize this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I recognize
They definitely used a lot of the TNG sets.
Yes, they did.
I mean, they were probably available.
Yeah, exactly.
What year did Undiscovered Country come out?
91.
91? I thought. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I want to say that this is probably one of the more Star Trek-y episodes of Star Trek we've ever had. In terms of,
especially recently, yeah.
In terms of really understanding communication and the difference of cultures and trying to find the common ground between people without assuming the worst of them.
Yeah.
I like that. I like it a lot.
No, it was like I said, the first 3 episodes of the season are feel-good episodes. It's nice.
It's nice.
But they're good episodes.
Yeah, it's what I'm saying, man. It's just nice to kind of get to that where you can talk about certain things, like with the redemption episode with this one.
Again, the writers have come on and they're creating episodes that are that have depth.
Yeah, and it probably took the writers, like the actors have had a little longer than this writing crew to find their characters.
Right.
And now the writers had to really find their voice.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it would probably help though if you're a new writer coming on, you go and watch the first couple seasons, and like for instance, Joe, one of your big complaints is like Picard is so wooden. He sucks. He's the worst, right?
So he's vastly different now.
The writers might be watching it, going, "Oh my gosh, they need to add more to this guy." So like they had the benefit of hindsight, being able to look back at
this guy needs a jacket.
Exactly.
You know what to fix this?
Yeah.
Casual.
You know what's going to fix Worf? Get him off the ship, and that's what they did. And then they brought him back.
We want Worf blasting.
I think the writers get Worf.
He doesn't blast enough.
He doesn't blast.
All right, so we're writing the scene, guys. All right, we're in the writers' room. We're writing the scene. So what does Worf say here? Shields up, fire phasers.
Nailed it. Hey, how about we make Worf really, really aggressive when the rest of the bridge crew is like, "Whoa, dial it back." Great idea.
I like that.
That's the good antagonist.
That's a good idea.
I like that.
Oh, let's make him really bad at his job too. Okay.
You know how we got a security officer? Let's make him suck.
Let's make him terrible.
He gets the DS9. It just goes like, I want to be, Worf's, I want to be security. I'm like, dude,
no,
I saw your record, bro.
James Avery was like, I watched.
I know some things get through.
I did that on purpose.
I know some things.
I was trying to reference that earlier, but I couldn't remember his first name. I'm
disappointed you sucked me in with Avery Brooks.
I got you.
The entire time I go like this. What is going on?
I know.
I'm like, it can't be right.
No.
We're in complete agreement. I loved it. What is a place that if you went to without any understanding of the language, you think you'd be completely left out? Like
South.
You'd be screwed.
Any of the Asian countries.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
China,
Cambodia,
Japan,
or Thailand, or whatever.
Thailand,
Canada.
Any country that uses characters instead of letters.
Yes.
I think that, like Russia, they use different kind of characters too. Like at least Western European countries and even Eastern Europe, you could figure it out, right?
They're letters, and some of the words
enough.
are close enough. You can start to piecemeal things together. Yeah. They got shit that looks like houses and bow and arrows and all this shit. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know what we're talking about.
Well, or like, what is it? Gosh, I can't.
This letter has a roof on it.
Middle Eastern, where they write.
Hey, you got to have a roof.
In the Middle East, where they write right to left, which is super weird and funky. I could never understand that either.
Everything's backward. I'm just communicating backwards.
I think Eastern Asian countries would be very difficult, like you said, like Thailand, Cambodia, like those places would be hard. Japan, I don't think would be as bad because they have a lot of English there, like a lot of English speakers, so you'd probably be okay. But China, you'd be screwed, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a great example. Have you ever gotten crap from China where they translate it into English and it makes no sense in the directions?
I guess I never looked at it to try to compare the two.
You're reading the directions and you're like, this is gibberish.
It says Tanagra.
Just when AI is translating something for you.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's crazy. I think it would be hard to go to like Africa. Like, so South Africa, they have like 43 official languages in that country.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So like living there, and most people speak at least like 7 or 8 languages because a lot of it is like tribal languages and you kind of develop it over time. That would be incredible to me. Like I could never imagine.
See, I would imagine that would be probably a closer approximation to what's happening here.
Right.
Because the language seems very
well, it's based on like tradition and it's based off of like fable, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
But it's just very repetitive.
Yeah.
And there's like we only get a few phrases, and you're trying to figure out what they're saying.
Yeah.
It's not someone speaking in another language where it's very fluent and flows easily, and you're lost. It's like you get a few pieces, and it's like, okay, you need to figure out what they're saying.
Robin Joe on the ocean. Robin Joe on Tanagra.
With Jalad.
His arms wide open.
I'm so sad that we're not going to be able to do that again.
I'm sure we can find a reason. How long have we busted out the Limp Bizkit lyrics, song titles?
Yeah.
Gosh, if we do that again, I'm going to break stuff. I can't imagine it. Should we go to rating this episode?
Yeah.
5.
I'm pretty sure we could faith it.
5. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to give it a 5.
I know you're not.
3.
Ooh, I'll see your 5.
I give Darmok a 9.
Nice.
Damn.
Nice.
That's a high bar.
It's a good episode.
It is a good episode.
Let's see. Got the dickskin jacket. We got the. There we go. 8.5.
8.5.
I'll do 8.5 as well.
8.5. Wow. We are off to a good start for this season. Shall we move on to Ensign Rowe?
Yeah, let's go.
4. I don't know. I don't remember the episode.
It's probably what's going to happen.
No, I like Ensign Rowe. I like Michelle Forbes.
Just because you like the actress doesn't mean that
I like her more in
material's good.
Battlestar Galactica as Admiral Kane.
I've never heard of that.
How dare you, sir? How dare you? She basically plays the same character.
Yeah.
Rowe and Kane.
Typecast.
Rowe and Kane are basically the same
Ronald
person.
D. Moore's like, you know what? We good? Roe Laren. Can't get the property, so I'll make a Roe Laren.
Yeah, exactly.
A very angry Roe
A
Laren.
very angry Roe Laren. One who's been pushed by
Cylons of the
Can
Cardis.
I give you my
Cylons
rating?
of the Cardis.
Can I give you my rating now?
For
next week?
Sure.
5.
Okay, I'm
No.
gonna rate down
No.
5.
No.
I'm rating it down. 5.
No.
5. It's committed. Now you can't change it.
Yeah, I
because
can.
that's the way we work with our ratings.
I mean, he has access to the Google sheet too, so
No,
there's
I'm gonna revoke
Joe
that.
rated this a 25.
Is that even possible? It is, as long as you keep your arms wide open.
That would have been great for a Faith drop for the Biscuit title. It is if you keep Faith.
His voice is the worst.
Yes.
But I would still see them live to say I've seen Creed live.
Really?
Would you?
I know most of their songs.
I think we all do.
We all know most of their songs.
I know a lot of their songs.
And the music is good.
The music is good.
Yeah. But
him, not so much.
Oh, did you guys hear that the guy from 3 Doors Down is dying?
I heard
No.
cancer, right?
He's, like stage 4 butt cancer or something. Or maybe it's not butt cancer, but stage 4 is some kind of cancer.
Yeah. We haven't killed anybody lately. You notice that?
Well, he killed Emmanuel Lewis about
that's right.
45 minutes ago.
No, we didn't
Brad
say
Arnold, stage 4 cancer.
Are you going to give him the diabetes?
No, he doesn't need it. He's
Kidney cancer.
close to the butt.
No. I mean, it
is.
Technically, I guess.
I mean, relatively every part of your body is close to the
Yes.
butt.
We're not that big of a person.
How tall is he?
Brad Arnold?
Yeah.
Let's find out. Brad Arnold height. Let's find out. Let's see if I can find that. Arnold height. 5'10".
Okay, so his liver is a little farther away from his butt than mine.
Yep.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a little
But
bit.
it's closer than Rob's.
That's true.
We'll get well soon.
Brad Arnold net worth fortune explored in wake of singer's cancer diagnosis. What? That is the weirdest headline of an article I've ever seen.
Well,
how much is he worth now that he has cancer?
How has the cancer affected his net worth? Let's research it.
His net worth is $1 million.
Ooh. That seems a bit low.
That seems very low.
It seems really low.
Considering that they're still touring, and yeah, they're not
huge,
but
they were pretty big in the early 2000s.
Yeah, for a hot minute they were.
Well, they probably spent all that money at that moment because they probably thought they were going to stay big, right?
Well, I mean, you got to invest some of that.
Yeah.
Well,
Or just save it.
Yeah, well, regardless, Brad Arnold, we'll miss you.
He's not dead yet. He could stay stage 4 liver cancer.
I'm not dead yet. What are we, Monty Python here? Bring out your dead. Have you ever seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
Are we pre-eulogizing Brad Arnold?
Kobe.
Wouldn't it be ironic if he died in a helicopter crash with stage 4 liver cancer?
No, what would be ironic is if he gets in a helicopter accident and he survives because the something with the stage 4 cancer.
Oh, the cancer fought off the internal bleeding.
Yeah, exactly.
And the fire. The cancer actually jumped out of your body. It fought the fire.
And then like 2 years later, he dies of cancer. So like it saved him from the helicopter, but it still took his life. It's like Final Destination.
Or like or like a week later. Like, but sometime very soon after he dies.
Like yeah.
But it had nothing to do with the crash. They're like,
Like
no,
the-
you actually died from the cancer. It's
that okay. Yeah, the helicopter crashed, and it's like he died, and they're like, "Oh, the helicopter crash killed." No, actually, the chemo didn't work.
There was a joke in I forget where it was, but someone was like, "My dad died in 9/11," and it was like, "No, he had cancer."
Oh, I remember that
he
one.
Died in the towers. No, he had cancer.
I want to say it was like Ricky Gervais that said.
Or there's the one where my dad died in 9/11. They're like, he died in the towers. No, he died flying the plane or something like that. I've seen those. Oh, tasteless jokes. Sometimes I enjoy them. They make me laugh because this world can suck so much.
Yes.
So you have to laugh at it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's been all.
Big fracking deal.
Yeah.
I think it was a big deal.
God damn you, Ty.
For real. But it's been great having
I'm choosing
you all.
Webster for our rewatch next after this, by the way.
You said that about Little House on the Prairie, too.
Well, when is the new one coming out?
I don't know.
Ladies
We'll
and
be
gentlemen,
reviewing it.
We could do a...
It's been great keeping up with you. We will do a review of Little House on the Prairie.
Oh, the first episode we have.
We will.
Yeah.
This has been great. This is Nick.
This is Rob.
This is Joe.
We'll see you around. Bye.